It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Bills on Monday night.
It's the first weekend in fall, and we have made the journey to Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Throwing on first down is Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 85 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload.
And Singletary has it stripped. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. On the give, this is Harris. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 13 carries, 74 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it. A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On third down, here's Harris. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now a first down carry for Harris. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he's got this down to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back.
It felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. 2 guys, you know, people, these 2 rows, and you have to go right through the middle of them and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He's performing the drill on that run.
47 yards on the ground for him so far. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. His throw incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. That's caught. It's Gronkowski. Touchdown, Buffalo. Rob Gronkowski, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. Extra point put through by Succo. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Completion here to Claypool. And they'll wind up getting this with all the way down inside the 20. And 22 more yards there and another first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They hand this off to Harris. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants in the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. 20 toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They give him a gain of 38.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back now in Buffalo. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55.
And again, it's Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Singletary loses it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 30. 10. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Flush to his right. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now Allen again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Davis. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And you'd think on 3rd down, it'd just be looking for something to bring you out of the sticks.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And they'll try and run it in with Singletary. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Steelers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for two. They'll try and throw for it. It's complete, and he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Allen to throw once more. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Allen going to throw. The gain of 5 that time gives him. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. On the ground, it's Harris. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. And that's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, 60 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left. Because
pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
No.
Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
no, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going